Welcome back to another episode of Otters Off the Ice. I'm Mike Fenner, joined as always by Sean Lafferty. We've got some special guests for you today. Tristen Trevino, Assistant Coach of the Otters, Keenan Reynolds as well. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. It's good to be here.
Appreciate it. And of course, we are always enjoying the change in location as we do each show. So we are here in the
3 shows, 3 spots.
Pretty sweet setup here in the weight room. I know this has been a big topic in the past year. You just, the renovations, everything that you guys have seen with the improvements, the upgrades. First, I'll start there. What do you guys think about the weight room and just what you guys are able to use in this room? This is a pretty sweet setup.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's always open to us too. So come in and get some extra work or recover whatever we need. It's one of a kind, and it's an awesome opportunity that we have.
Yeah, I think it's amazing for our players that are in the room right now, and also as a recruiting tool for future players, having a space like this where guys can come in, get their work done, stretch, recover. Also, we've got a shooting gym in the back there that you can see where Trevor just puts holes through the net almost on a daily basis with the rocket he has. It's just exciting.
Trevor, I don't know about.
It's just an exciting time for our team where there's an investment being made into the future of the Otters brand, and I think we're both just really happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, we talked to Michael Deck last week, and he had mentioned the facilities and the quality of the facilities. Is that your thought as well, that this is about as good as it's gotten in your career?
Oh, my career, this is as good as it's gotten for sure. And sometimes like it's awesome. You go into other rinks and you just think about how good we have it. So. Compared to the league, I think our rink is up there and our facilities are up there. And in my career, this is obviously the best I've had it for sure.
So not a lot has changed, right? In the past,
It's been a quiet week.
In the past week or so. So
Twitter hasn't been popping off at all, right?
Not at all.
Your phone, my phone's been dead. What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of huge changes.
Fans have had absolutely no reaction to the last week or anything.
Obviously, a lot of moves before the OHL trade deadline. A lot has changed, and to that point, obviously, a big change, Tristen, for you as now the new captain, the 27th captain in Otters team history. When I say that out loud and you hear that, what does that make you feel or think, and what does it mean to kind of be in this position as a lot has certainly transpired?
Yeah, it's pretty special. Some legends before me, and what this program means to me and a lot of people. It's an incredible feeling to be named captain here.
Are you a vocal captain, or are you a lead by example kind of guy?
Definitely example and the way I do things every day, but it's not like I'm vocal too when I have to be, but it's definitely not my go-to is vocal.
Let the boys do their talking on the ice.
Yeah, we have a lot of leaders in the room, so a lot of guys are vocal, and I don't want to be on guys every second of every day. Get tired of hearing my voice, so try to set the example every day.
You guys obviously had a road trip that you're coming back from. Some tough results, of course, with the losses to Windsor, Sarnia, London. You start off with those 9-1 results, back-to-back games. But I just want to ask, what did it feel like to wear the C for the first time, and then just to kind of go out there and I'm sure it had to feel a lot different, not only for that reason, but also for some of the other pieces around you and others that are now obviously in different spots.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the biggest thing was the pregame ceremonial puck drop. I was a little worried about that, and didn't know what to do, and I don't take many draws, obviously. So
Lost both.
I lost both. Yeah, that was definitely the biggest
great.
change. Once the game gets going, though, you just, it all comes pretty natural, and upsetting, the way the weekend went, obviously. But, we definitely took some steps in the right direction towards the end, and, the best way to bond a group is shared adversity, and I think that we went through some of that this weekend, and we'll be better for it.
Yeah, talk about obviously the scores speak for themselves, but was this hey, there's been a lot of changes? Was this let's find some new chemistry out there, new lines, new defensive partners, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to make excuses, but, it's definitely a lot of changes, and we got to get back to who we are and what we can do, and we're very capable in that room. We have a lot of guys that are capable of it. So just putting it all together and getting better every day is what we're going to be doing going forward.
Coach, what did you see from your perspective of things that you guys can build on, though, with kind of this new core and just in looking at some of the pieces and how they may fit together now, moving ahead and moving forward, knowing that there's still a lot more opportunities more than 25 games left in the regular season, and just what can you see out there, even despite those results? What are the things that encourage you in terms of building blocks and things that you guys can really improve on?
Yeah, well, first talking about Trev being named captain, coming to our team this year after winning a championship last year, I was just blown away from day one, really, about his habits and how respectful, how courteous, his character. It's funny, you never really see older guys helping like the younger players pick up pucks after practice or move the nets or clean up the garbage, and yet every single time he didn't hesitate, and I think he was given a full-time A earlier this year as an indication of his leadership. And then once we moved out the previous leaders on our team, there was no better person to really captain this team into a new era and to help build a new culture centered around the values I just spoke about. So I'm not to pump your tires, you're right next to me, it's kind of awkward, but just a tremendous person and ambassador for our program, and I'm really proud of how he was able to handle this past week, because as you talked about it didn't go the way any of us wanted. Moving on to the second part, I think, yeah, I mean, it's really difficult to step in with a whole bunch of new guys. A lot of, integral members of our team went out the door, leaders went out the door, and let's face it, we played a super team in Windsor that was, rearing to get going together, and then that next night in Sarnia, it felt like things just weren't going our way, and I think against London, playing in front of 9,000 fans with the youngest team in the league by far, almost, I think, 700 games played, less of experience than the next youngest team.
Which
in the
is crazy. Sorry,
That-
not to
that is-
interrupt, but
that
that's
is a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it speaks to the faith that this staff and the management has, not only in our players, but in the staff as well, to develop and get these guys ready to play at this level and execute in the situations that maybe across the league younger players aren't in. So I thought that London game was a tremendous step forward. We stopped the bleeding, to make a metaphor, and we competed for a full 60 minutes. And as a staff, we're just excited to get going, be able to get this group together, get a good week of practice, kind of, settle it down a little bit, have some fun, and continue on with the rest of the season.
I was, when I heard, 26th or 27th captain?
27th. Yep.
27th captain. A lot of people, there was some about the amount of change this week. But 27th captain, we've been here 30 years in Erie. Change is a part of major junior hockey, right?
Yeah, I like that soundbite you just did, the hon there. I like that, but yeah, definitely, it's definitely no, it's definitely a business, and I've been around it for a while. So those guys are, my brothers for life, and some of the guys that showed me the way when I first got into this league, and it sucks, but it's part of the game, and we're all here to play hockey, and we gotta move past it. And our group here has been bonding pretty fast, which is really exciting, and I think that's important too, just creating that bond.
What would you say the style is right now? Are you were a fast team before all the trades. Still a fast team? Still like to lean on your team speed?
Yeah, I think team speed, overall playing a disciplined game is going to be really important. Being opportunistic is going to be really important. There's something to be said about managing the game and teaching a young group how to win and how not to lose at times by making decisions that jeopardize maybe a 2-on-1 against versus just kind of accepting the rush. And then I think the tenets of our team going forwards is just going to be connectivity, playing together for each other, and walking into every single game with a why not us mentality. I think it's really important that we understand that being underestimated is one of the most dangerous things you can do, whether it's war, negotiation. I'm pulling out all the stops.
No, I agree.
But I think truly galvanizing together behind the shared mentality of, we're going to do this together, and whoever comes in our way, it's just going to be the same preparation every single night. I think that's going to give us success this season, and I think fundamentally the staff believes in this group, not only this season, but in the future.
Yeah, they're writing us off,
We didn't write back.
Yeah, that's very well done. I was gonna ask, what's the chemistry like in the room right now, despite some of those changes? Who are some of the other guys, aside from yourself, Tristen, and Coach can answer this as well, just guys that are also kind of stepping into those leadership roles, increasing some of those leadership roles, or trying to take on more of that ownership now? How is the chemistry right now, and who are some of the characters that are really stepping into that light?
I think we have a lot of guys stepping up and doing more, and I talked to Analee when he told me, and I talked about some other guys that were gonna, that could be big leaders in this room, and I've been super excited, and it's been really good to see how many guys have stepped up and been vocal and been saying the right things, and it's really good to hear. And we got some new guys in too. I thought have done a great job of helping the young guys and staying positive through that adversity. And the going's got tough, but we got some tough guys in there who are getting going. So it's been good. We got a lot of new guys that are helping, and the old guys here have stepped up for sure.
I think one guy that stands out for me is Noah Erliden. He's someone who in the first half of the season was, our rock. He's got the #1 save percentage in tight from slot chances against in the league. He's someone that when you need to, he'll step up, and he's going to be a huge part of our team in the second half, along with Noah and Charlie Burns. We got 3 really strong goaltenders, and they're going to be relied upon to make.
I was going to ask about the 3 goalie rotation,
right?
But I'll let you finish. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's a unique situation, but ultimately, whichever goalie is starting for our team, I have ultimate faith in their ability to get the job done for us, and they're all great people as well. Moving on from that, Lucas Ambrosio, recently named to the NHL Central Scouting list. He's someone, a couple clicks for sure for Lucas. That's our team. That's our team thing. We don't clap, we click. It's exciting developments.
Poetry?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a poetry slam.
Poetry in motion.
But yeah, so Lucas is a defender who we're going to need to take a huge step for our team. Obviously, being named to that list, it speaks to the way he's played thus far, but I'm sure he knows that he's right now at the OHL Top Prospects game, enjoying that experience. When he comes back, he's going to be relied upon heavily. And then offensively, I think it's going to be done by a collective. I've heard Analee say that several times, and I couldn't agree more. Any given night, we know that someone's going to step up, and they're going to have to step up because this is the #1 junior league on the planet. And what we may lack on paper in terms of NHL drafted talent, we will make up for with motor, work ethic, winning puck battles, simplicity, and playing connected. So I like Trevi didn't name anyone in particular. Speaks to the captaincy, because if he went back, they'd be like, why didn't you say my name, right? So I wanted to throw out a couple individual names, beginning by highlighting our goaltenders and then speaking once again about Ambro and the other draft-eligible guys that we have.
Can I follow up on Ambrosio? Because, for those that have been watching, that my seat here is kind of the fans' seat here. And it feels like you can watch him get better and better in front of your eyes. And like, I'll admit, early on in the season, and he can remember, early on in the season, 73 was out there on in overtime on the 3-on-3
against London,
and I believe it might have been.
I think he might have had a primary on that one.
He did. He did. And I openly asked,
Great
I'm like,
recall.
why is he out on the, and not 10 seconds later, he finds Frasca.
he just dunked on
For the
you.
blast, and it was a beautiful pass. And I immediately said, that's why he's out there, because that was textbook. But it feels like that's a player we've been able to watch grow game by game by game.
Yeah, I'd say there's 3 big reasons for that. First, obviously, like Kenny is a phenomenal mind. You can speak to that. The way that he's able to work with our defensemen, make sure that they're getting better every single game is important, and the growth is tangible. You can see it across the board with a young D-core. Second, Analee played pro hockey as a defender, played 5 years in major junior back in his day, has coached at the highest level with Team Canada, and has won a Memorial Cup at this level. So I don't know if there's a better coaching staff to develop defensemen in this league or across the country. And then lastly, just learning by example. Trevi said it. He's not maybe the most vocal guy, but he does things the right way every day. And if Lucas can, follow the habits of the people setting the tone and continue to grow both on the ice and as a leader, I think he'll be in a great spot going
I guess
forward.
what I'm saying is, Lucas, you shut my mouth and ask him. That's hard to do sometimes. So
Yeah, hey, it happens, man. It happens.
That was a humble answer, but Keenan's a big part of our group too, and the offensive side of the puck for us defensemen. He works with us a lot, and definitely the blue line stuff is it's been really good, and I've learned a lot from Keenan too.
I do care about defense. Just want to put that on the record. I do care about defense.
Obviously, Ambro, part of the McDavid All-Star Challenger, so pretty sweet to see, some great recognition there as well. Just,
Former Otters captain.
That's right.
Big shoes to fill.
And up in the rafters
He is.
as
He is
we
indeed.
speak.
Is that good?
right.
As we speak.
So I kind of wanted to ask you guys both, just what's the overall original background? Where's the love of hockey come from for each of you? And just kind of dive into that for me, if you don't mind.
I'll defer to you, man.
Yeah, hockey's really all I've ever known. I've grown up. My dad was playing and always coaching, and my family definitely loves hockey, but they never wanted me to feel like I had to play and never made me. And just since I can remember, that's all I wanted to do. And I used to live in Detroit, and Plymouth Whalers were still around. Went to a lot of Whalers games, a lot of Whalers jerseys, and I just wanted to be a hockey player my whole life. It's all I ever wanted to do. And I think I've always loved hockey. And like I said in media earlier, like I've always loved hockey, but this year I really fell in love with the game. Every day I go to bed, look forward to going to the rink. And I think I really want to help guys find that. And because junior hockey's hard and there's ups and downs, like I said, but if you can, really love what you do and love hockey, I think it makes life a lot better. And we're all just guys playing hockey, and hockey isn't our whole life. So if you feel like you have to do it, it's tough, But I definitely fell in love with hockey this year, and my family and my parents and grandparents and brothers are all to credit for that.
For me, it's not because the Ottawa Senators hasn't been a good fandom for my hometown team over the past 2 weeks or, 20 years. But I'd say for me, growing up, Eastern Ontario, kind of what you do is you get out on the outdoor rinks pretty young. And I had a dad who played. I had an older brother who played. He actually became a pretty high-level ref. I didn't have the temperament to become a referee, so I kind of had to make it as a player. Was fortunate enough to play in the Ontario League as a 16, 17, 18-year-old. Moved on to Junior A, and then after my junior career was over, COVID hit, and I decided I wanted to get back into the game behind the bench because I didn't feel at peace maybe with where I left it. And to the point about fun, kind of my tenets as a coach is you need 3 things to have a successful team. You need to be able to have an environment that's fun. You need to have a group of players and a culture that emphasizes the aspect of competition and loving to compete, whether it's rock, paper, scissors, whether it's a game, whether it's ping pong. I want to be in an environment where people care about, competing. And then the lastly is family, right? And it's that brotherhood, having, 24 guys strong, plus a staff, plus a management, plus the business staff where everyone's in it, chasing a standard, excellence at the highest level. I don't know what that was. That was mildly distracting up there, but I was going so well too. Chasing a standard that's probably not attainable, but at the same time, I think when that happens, not only do our players move on, but coaches move on, management move on to the next level, and I think that's the beauty of the OHL is it's an amazing development opportunity across the board for our social media staff, for our business staff, for our players, our staff, and even like a Mark Childerley, one of the best probably equipment managers across the country. He's going to be getting phone calls from the AHL and the NHL within a few years because he's just so good at what he does. And I think hockey is a sport that unites a lot of people. And for our fans, I know that it gives the people of Erie something really fun to do on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, come out and support a team of players that are going to leave it all out on the ice for them and battle their butts off to get a win.
Yeah, I've got again from the fans' point of view. We're talking to Coach last time. One of the most fun teams I ever watched was, and he wasn't born yet, and you were still a young child, but the 02-03 Otters coming after the championship. Standing wise, not a great team, but man, they played their butts off every single night. They took it right down to the last horn every single night, and it was a heck of a lot of fun to watch those guys, knowing that they were kind of behind the 8 ball most nights. But, man, it was 100% effort, and it was fun to watch.
As fun as it is to watch like an Avengers movie, you kind of know who's going to win. So I would equate us to maybe a team that's, as I said earlier, going to be underestimated every single time we're out on the ice. And as a mentality, we're going to sink our teeth into that and make sure that when people leave the rink, whether it's the opposition or fans, they respect the way that we play, and they respect the way that we play and care for each other. And so long as we do that, the future is bright.
What sort of motivates you to get out of bed in the morning and be great?
You go ahead.
I think I just hold myself to a standard knowing that, I got a group of people depending on me to put them in positions to succeed. I carry that with a tremendous amount of pride, and I would say I chase excellence recklessly, and I'm very passionate about everything that I do, and I'm sure that comes across in this interview because everything I'm saying, I can feel it in every fiber of my body. And yeah, good luck following this
You
up.
gotta just wow.
I know. Is this mic? Is this mic on fire right now? No, but seriously, I just care so much about this and these kids and putting Mally and Kenny in positions to succeed. And this isn't about ego for me. I really just want this team to galvanize and do well in the second half. And I want these fans to be proud of the Erie Otters every time they come watch. And if that doesn't get you out of bed in the morning, I don't know what will,
Wow.
All right, man.
Wow, that's a tough one to follow up. I'd say I think it has to be my father. Just the way
Should have said that.
just the way he's raised me and just been, I don't know, it's hard to explain all he's done for me, and just setting the standard every day on what it is to be a good person, what it is to do things the right way in all aspects of life, to get up and be productive and provide for people like me. And he'd given me everything I've ever wanted, and I want for nothing because of him and what he's given me. And it's just the standard he set of the right way to do things, and getting up and making something for yourself. That's probably what gets me out of bed.
It just sounds like the way you are and the way you carry yourself off the ice is a big deal to you, and you feel like it's a big influence on the way you carry yourself on the ice.
Yeah, I think that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, and you like that?
That was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I should have said that too. See, you were nervous.
Which
and
mic is on fire? Which mic is
You've
on
hit a
fire?
home run, man. I will say this, hey, Trevino family, you've done a fantastic job raising this young man, and if I have a son one day and he turns out like him, I'm going to be very happy about it. So there's a question that's often asked, who would you let date your daughter? Nobody on our team, but if I had to choose, probably Trevi.
I'm actually a great guy.
taking over the show.
I'm actually a great guy. No, that's wow.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome.
There you go. Pretty good.
I smell a promo. Coach answers, who would you let date
Yeah,
your daughter?
what a line. That was good.
Mally would say 0 people. Kenny would say 0 people. I would say 0 people. But if I had to say someone, I think we'd all say Trevi. So
Can I trade you cards real quick?
not Rit.
Sure.
I want that last one.
Anyone but.
Take the one you want.
Ritt's actually a great guy.
He's
It's a
a
real
great
tight
guy.
ship we're running here.
Hey,
all
that's
good.
right. It's part of the reality here. All right, so we got some kind of fun fan mail questions here. We'll go a little, not rapid fire, but we'll let you guys take it and steer it however you want. Sean, you want to take the first one?
Sure. All right, again, fan mail question. Question 1, Cap. Favorite sports jersey you own?
Okay, I'm gonna go Mike Green, Stadium Series Detroit Red Wings jersey.
Not to be
Ooh,
too specific.
That's a nice one. Yeah, and that was quick.
Yeah, no,
There was no
I
doubt.
thought it was
about-
rapid fire.
There's no doubt about that one.
I'm going to go Julian Edelman Blue, Patriots. I'm a big
I thought you were
Pats
going to
guy.
say Kent State. Kent
Yeah,
I was a Kent,
no.
I'm a Kent State grad. So
Yeah,
I thought
really?
you were going to go Kent
Golden
State.
Flashes?
Yeah,
there
Golden
you go.
Flashes.
Real good.
Do
Yeah,
you have
no.
a Super Bowl patch on there or no?
I do not. I probably should. Super Bowl MVP patch
was
could
gonna
add,
say,
best catch ever. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
3 rings.
All right.
bad.
You already alluded to this, so we think we have your answer. But favorite sports team that you followed growing up?
Well, and again, I'm a Pats fan, but I'm from Ottawa, so I think I have to say the Ottawa Senators. Recently became a Toronto Blue Jays fan, too. Wasn't a big baseball guy. Ken Paroff heavily influenced me in that. And they went to the World Series, so sounds like I might be the reason they went.
And the Patriots too.
Yeah, the Patriots, well, Drake may, so we'll see.
I think the Red Wings. Some of my best memories are going to the old Joe Louis Arena with my family. So yeah, definitely the Red Wings through thick and thin.
As a Sabres fan, I'll never forgive the Slava Kozlov for Dominik Hasek trade, just
Yeah.
so you know. Again, things that happened before you were born for 500, Alex.
Ottawa Senators legend, Dominic Asher.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next.
Who's the greatest hockey player you've seen on TV or live? So this can be different answers, and I don't want this to be controversial.
Former Erie Otters captain Connor McDavid was the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life live, and it actually kind of made me realize I was probably in the wrong league. Because I was watching him in warm-up. I still remember, it's a funny story. I was told that I wasn't going to be playing in this game, but I had the option to warm up. So
This
I
is
said,
in the OHL,
This
right?
is in the OHL, my illustrious career. So in Owen Sound, I stood at center ice with a white Gatorade, and I just drank it and watched him warm up. And I came off the ice shaking my head like, this is insane. I'm in the wrong league. So what he's done, obviously, since is no surprise, and the legacy he's left here of high performance hockey, but also leading by example. It's tremendous, and I think that Edmonton might just win the cup this year.
Could be their year.
Could be their year, man.
Yeah.
14th NHL hat trick for McDavid last week, I believe. So
Wouldn't be. I mean, 2 straight finals wouldn't be a crazy take. You know,
I like how
what I mean?
I like how people questioned his slow start. Ooh, wow, maybe he's maybe he's this, maybe he's that. He's still Connor freaking McDavid.
He is.
go check the highlight tapes.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
All right. up
Yeah,
to bat.
best. I'd go with Nick Lidstrom. I didn't watch him live very much, and but I watched some games, some throwback games and stuff like that. And my dad teaching me to be a hockey player, always wanted me to be a defenseman, and always wanted me to be like Nick Lidstrom. So I'll go with Nick.
Quality, and you're keeping it all in the Red Wings organization.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
right.
Fair enough.
Superstition for a game day, game night. Do you have one? What is it? Do you have multiple? What are they? A lot to caveats there.
Don't bring up the shoes.
No, I have about 4 coffees on a game day, which gets me absolutely wired.
I was gonna say you don't seem like you need them.
No, I don't, and that's the exciting
If you
part.
haven't had them yet, I'm a little concerned.
No, I haven't. I've had one today. No, I don't always do that. Sometimes we are sponsored by Tim Hortons, so we get like this big delivery, and it'd be rude if I didn't. And then I'm bored, so have another one, and by game time I'm locked in. But I think my real superstition is I just try to like get a touch with every player, have a little conversation, give them pump up talk or whatever. We just throw like the I'd say the funniest quotes back and forth, us two. We've dropped a couple in this interview as well. Just inspirational quotes you could find on like a Pinterest T-shirt. I'd say that's our little ritual together.
Yeah, no, definitely like those. I have a pretty strict routine like I'll do every game day, and I think my favorite superstition is I'll do a couple things. You ever seen Youngblood? They do bump during the national anthem. So when O Canada goes, I'll do that, and during Star Spangled Banner, I'll usually pray, and it just kind of grounds me, and I think that's my favorite superstition.
Game day fit. This is how we'll wrap it. I think we're just gonna do this for the rest of the episodes.
I got to ask you one more after.
Okay.
game day.
Fire away.
I got to ask
Fire
you one
away.
more.
Game day fits. Well, I wear a suit every time, which is nice. And
Tie?
of course. Yeah.
Socks?
Usually.
Okay.
Underwear too. Yeah.
No, we just asked.
The whole
I see some
shebang.
guys- I see these guys doing the walk down the tunnel
I know,
on
yeah.
TV, and it's maybe a hat. It's usually like a knit hat, a toque or something.
Yeah,
but-
no, I like to think that I like showing my hair off. It's pretty good at times. So I like to get a fade too. I don't know if that's part of the fit, but yeah, I throw a nice game day suit on and try to look good in the bench because Mally and Kenny bring the heat too. I'm not gonna lie. So I got to keep up with those.
Especially during Movember.
Yeah, well, that I fell pretty far
part of it.
behind. I'm not gonna lie. It was every time they posted the pictures of Mally and Kenny in Movember, I was a separate slide, and it felt targeted, and yet I thought I was doing a good job. So
Do you have the Crosby Movember?
I was trying my best, man. Just getting pucks in deep, you know.
So glad we mentioned it.
What do you
All
wear,
right,
man?
I only really have like 1.5 suits, if you count that. So I'm hoping to sign an OA contract and use that money to buy a new suit for myself. That'll be pretty good if I can get a new suit up that style game.
There you go. All right.
See what we can do.
I got to ask, because you're wearing the C now. You talk to the ref without getting, anyone can talk to him, but you can talk to him without getting in trouble. How salty can it get?
I try to keep it pretty nice because we see a lot of the same refs, so I don't want to burn a bridge or ruin a relationship. And Sometimes, you definitely want the calls, but you can understand that they're humans and it's a game. And I think in hockey, you earn your bounces, you earn your luck, you earn your calls. So I don't think that us losing, we can ever look and say, that was a bad call here, that's why we lost. So I don't think it'll ever get very heated with a ref.
But you're pretty confident with the line you can walk up to?
How media trained was that answer? Yeah, refs are great people. It's really important to just respect them as humans, and they're just doing their best too. I will say, if someone needs to talk to the ref sternly, Mally doesn't hold back, and I like that. And I think our group sometimes it's exactly what they need to know a coach has their back, and especially if the other team is maybe taking runs or cheap shots, Mally will always address it. And I think organizationally, it's good to know that he has our players' backs. Media train, bang. We crushed that.
Well done, gentlemen.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Yeah, pretty good.
Gentlemen, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time, Coach and Tristen. And again, congratulations on the C. For Sean Lafferty, I'm Mike Fenner. Thanks so much for joining us once again on Otters Off the Ice. We'll see you next time.